2nd and 12. Wentz. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher, and that's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Once again, they run with Mixon. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
It seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they said? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The ball on the 8, still could get a first down technically, 2nd and 7. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They fake the give. Now Wentz. He'll buy some time right. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he's got some space here. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll look to throw. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Here's 2nd and 8. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On play action, they'll throw. A dump off to Elliott. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott from 17 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his throw here is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll look to throw here. Throws the out route and coughed it up. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around a lucky horseshoe, weren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Wentz. Sliding out of the pocket. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing now is Wentz. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wentz. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
17 more yards.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz.
Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end, Parham.
Touchdown! Donald Parham in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Raiders have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
They'll throw now on the final play. Open man is the Hall of Famer, Dave Casper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score.
Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw.
Open man completes it to Claypool.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And the Raiders have got him. The sack by Julius Peppers.
Third and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So, Charles, talk about a play that could prove pivotal. And I mean pivotal. That decision right there could be really costly.
Without a doubt, you talk about taking a chance there and deciding you're going to go all in, as they like to say. That's exactly what that one was, and it didn't pay off.
Yeah, inside their own territory, game tied this stage of the contest. Boy.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
A gain of 6. He was brought down at the 8-yard line. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Mixon will score. Touchdown, Raiders. So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this third quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
2nd and 3.
Back to Elliott, and he's got him again.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll set up a throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's Elliott, complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. That's Samuel, caught left side.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Elliott. Touchdown. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught. And they've got the lead here in the 4th. They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and it just changes the complexion of the whole game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
They begin with a run by Mixon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try to find some targets in the open field downfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And a 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
No surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver, and helped prevent that completion.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Wentz. And that will
thrown too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
And it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To throw is Wentz. He's got a man. It's Chad Johnson.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Mixing up the middle. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
Well, the entire game coming down to this kick from Cade York.
His first attempt of the night here, and it's a big one. It's for the win. So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
Wonder how they did it. Wonder if they twitched a little bit up front, you know, a little subtle head movement that the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. From the right hash, this for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the offense will get the ball back and be touchdown.
Let's go.
This game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.